podcast to grow with. The clarity is potent. Take a pause in the moment. Breathe deep, let the soul lift. The podcast is to grow with. The clarity is potent. Take a pause in the moment. Breathe deep, let the soul lift. The podcast is to grow with. The clarity is potent.
Hello, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of The Dynamic Pause with Coach Angie. And we're here today with Miss Dee Scott, otherwise known as Dee Dee. And I am so excited to have Dee with me today because she's one of my girls, y'all. But not just because of that. She's a phenomenal person, first of all, but she's also just a dynamic leader. And we know that. And we're going to get into some conversation with her today. So let me tell you a little bit about her. Then I'll let her riff a little bit. That's as my custom to do. Dee Dee is a dedicated wife and mother of 3 with over 20 years experience as a successful realtor at Dee Dee Real Estate Group, Keller Williams. Come on now. Doing your thing.
I am trying.
Yes. As a proud resident of Kent, Washington, she blends her deep community ties with her professional expertise to guide clients through their real estate journeys with confidence and care. Now, she has that on lock, 20 years. Come on, nobody does that business for 20 years without learning something and growing in that. But that's not all, folks. So, Dee Dee, tell us a little bit more about the other piece of what you do with Sierra Sisters.
Ooh, well, first, let me go back to,
Okay.
you said care. What did you say? Something?
Which one? With
care and
it
was the last sentence.
Oh yeah, confidence.
Care.
Confidence and care.
Did my assistant say that to you?
Yeah, she did.
I got to talk to her. I would add conviction.
Okay, perfect.
Yeah. Because when you talk about caring for somebody, you have to decide what it is that you're caring about. And I think in this industry, I think it can be easy to lose sight of care of people and move towards money.
Oh, yeah.
And so you really have to hold to your conviction of why are you doing what you're doing? What is your motive? And are you in the hard times willing to hold to your conviction, even when it's not popular, even when people don't understand it, even when people may ridicule you for how you move or how you are repositioning your business?
Yeah.
So I got to talk to her because conviction needs to be in that.
Yeah. Yes.
Conviction.
And let me tell you, the word's not on the paper, but it's definitely in what you do. Yeah. And that rises to the top when you're engaging you, even for something like, I was just curious.
Yeah.
What about this? You apply that conviction right off the bat. And it's not something that just comes once you know how much money you're going to make, So
Yeah.
I appreciate that about your approach and what I've seen thus far when I see you in the streets doing your thing, girl.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
But yeah, tell us about Sierra Sisters and your involvement with that.
So Sierra Sisters was birthed almost 30 years ago by my mother, Bridget Hempstead, who just recently transitioned. It'll be Friday, will be 1 year. 1 year from mom's transition.
Yeah.
And she started it when she was 35 years old.
Wow.
She said when she was 35, she said the Lord woke her up and told her to go get a mammogram.
Wow.
She didn't even know what a mammogram was.
Okay.
She insisted. She went. Her doctor told her to come back when she's 50 because Black women don't get breast cancer. And even if they do, it's over 50. Yeah, that's a thing. Okay. That really happened.
What?
That happened.
Okay.
And so she said she insisted. And they found that she had breast cancer at 35. And so she said, if this is the narrative that has been given to other women, to myself, then I know that that's happening with other women. And so that was the inception of Sierra Sisters. Wow. It actually started because mom, she had a mastectomy and she was doing so well with the news and how she was handling it. Her oncologist started to send Black women her way. That's how that started.
powerful.
So she was meeting women at the Starbucks, the old Starbucks in Columbia City.
Wow.
That's how Sierra Sister started.
I love that so much.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so she had a reoccurrence 11 years ago. And it came back as metastasized breast cancer.
Mm.
Mom lived with stage 4 cancer for 11 years.
That
11
man,
years.
that is so powerful. And she went out like,
Listen here.
what, like, who does this?
Who does this?
And what she did, the things she continued to do in that season of her life.
Mom did the work until she took her last breath.
Mm.
Her reoccurrence, it was like she kicked into overdrive. When she got diagnosed, the Seahawks had just called her. It was the same. It was either the same day or in a couple of days. She was actually headed to Africa to speak about breast cancer to women in Africa.
Yes.
Mom, I think she's been to Africa probably 3 or 4 times doing the same thing. Do you hear me? With stage 4.
That is so amazing.
And when she got the news, she was like, she said, I can't deal with this right now because I'm headed on a plane to Africa. I said,
Oh, wait a minute.
okay, girl. So, and then in the same token, she had got the email, hey, we want you to sing the national anthem at the Seahawks game. So she did all of this right at the inception of her diagnosis. So Mom kicked it into overdrive.
Yes.
She just knew that she had work to do. And I just watched her.
Yeah.
I watched her no matter what, whether she was sick, she did what she could.
That's what's sitting here going through my mind right now is this idea when you hear things like that, going to Africa, singing the national anthem for the Seahawks and all that, you automatically think amazing, but you don't understand and put in those pieces that those were on her sick days too.
Those were on her sick days
Those
too.
were on the days she wasn't feeling well. I mean, she had choices to make about treatment, and she had made certain choices before. She had changed her mind about, stepping in some directions that she hadn't previously done. So that brought more sickness to her body.
Yeah.
And she still was pouring out.
Yeah.
Which is amazing, and which is why it's not a surprise that you are who you are and the human that you are, just being in proximity to someone who lived life that way.
When I say until her last breath, so like 4 days before Mom died, she was on a Zoom call, still saving lives. And I was like, so, and her voice was, going. And I said, Mom, are you sure you want to do this?
Yeah.
She was like, yeah, prop me up. She said, put the pillows on my back. And I was like, okay. So we prop Mom up. And I was like, it's okay to not be on camera.
Right.
She was like, no, put me on camera. And I was like, oh my God. So we hit the play button on this Zoom call, and everybody on the call was like, could not breathe. They weren't expecting her to look the way that she did. Mom was dying.
She literally was dying.
She was dying. Right. Her liver
so many things was happening.
Yeah, her
that
liver
time.
was failing. So her eyes were yellow.
Yes.
But she was like, prop me up. So we propped her up like Bernie.
Wow.
And
Weekend at Bernie's.
girl, prop me up. Baby was propped up. And she said, how's everybody doing today?
Oh,
and they were like, we're good. I mean, it was hilarious because I'm watching it.
Yes.
And I was like, she's cold.
Yes.
First of all, she's cold-blooded. You know what you look like.
Yes. And you got people in here just want to have regular conversations. Right. Really? This is what we're doing?
I feel like she did it on purpose. She did it on purpose. It's fine. Mom had humor.
Yeah.
She had humor. She found joy in the valley.
Yes, she did.
Like she found joy in the valley.
Right.
Even when she had her little green puke bag, she would be like, okay, pull it over. Okay. How you doing? I said, Mom, how you doing? She said, okay. You sure you good? No, but we got to go to this thing. Get my hat, roll me out. I said, Mom, do you don't like this lady's wheelchair?
Yeah.
The second wheelchair had no brakes.
Wow.
I said, Mom,
this is not.
She said, you got to be careful because this doesn't have any brakes. I said, why do we not? Why?
Miss Bridget, I'm not
hollering
for her because she was a queen, but she would have been a perfect client for me. Like,
yes.
so-
Oh yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. She is Def Jam comedy. She could have done comedy.
Right.
She missed her calling.
Yeah, people got that for free. Yeah,
Yes.
people got that for free.
I definitely did.
Oh my gosh,
So I am her first daughter, her
Yes.
firstborn. I am the board president of her nonprofit.
Okay.
So when mom transitioned, my sister Shayla became the CEO, and I'm so proud of her.
Yes,
Baby sister.
yes, doing her thing.
My sister Shaprice was the marketing director. So we just all
You came together.
came together, and there was a 6-week preparation.
Mm.
And I talked about that on Sunday morning
Yeah.
about how my prayer changed from God heal her on this side of the earth to God prepare us for what you have
For what's
for
coming.
us, for what's
Yeah.
coming.
Mm.
And that we did a crash course
Wow.
on advocacy for our
Wow.
community.
And-
Crash course.
And are doing a great job. Like the
Thank
thing,
you.
she would be so proud. She is so proud if she's watching what you guys are
Yeah.
doing. And I'm glad you brought your sisters up, because I was just about to say that. I was like, it's ladies and gentlemen, it's the sisters, her babies. Like, she is still doing the job
Yeah.
based on the giftings that each one of you have and how you've decided and said yes to one another
Yeah.
to keep doing this work.
Yes.
And for however long the season is, because at the end of the day, if there's more people out there who are Junior Miss Bridget's, he will show you them too.
That's correct.
You know what I'm saying? It's a beautiful season. I'm glad, and I feel honored that you're here with me in this season when it's so close to that
Thank you.
anniversary. We do life together, so of course I was thinking about you this morning, and
Yeah.
I was like, "Are we good? Is this okay?" You know,
I didn't even know why you were asking. I was like,
That's
yeah,
why.
girl. And I was like, okay. Yeah, I didn't realize that
Yeah.
it's, what is today, Tuesday?
Yeah,
It's Tuesday. Mom's death date is Friday.
and that's why I was like, are we
We're okay.
So yes. So now that you hear these wonderful things that Dee Dee does, and you have this backstory behind, I'm hoping that these questions that we just kind of touch on a little bit today will resonate with you, but also resonate with you all,
Yeah.
understanding that there's so many of us that just, this is how we do it,
Yeah.
just like the song says.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And even in that, we deserve to give ourselves permission to pause. And what each individual's pause looks like is different. It's going to be different for even us, depending on the season of life we're in. And I just want people to have all these different stories so that they can start to see pieces of themselves in it and be more accepting when it comes to this feeling like you do need a pause, and without the guilt, without all the stuff that comes with it, right? For us.
Absolutely.
And it is a big us thing involved too. It's not just us, but there is a us
Absolutely.
component
Absolutely.
that's going in there. So with all that in mind, let's talk a little bit about this juggling. Okay. So you're juggling a successful real estate career, motherhood. You even got the one in college, the one in high school, and the one
3. Yeah. Trying not to break my neck on a Tonka truck
Right.
at any given time
Right.
is a real place.
So successful motherhood, and then leading the foundation with your sisters. Most people are going to call that a full plate. We might have called it a full plate at the first thing, right?
Yeah.
So when was the last time you felt like you had permission to truly pause?
That's a really great question.
Because if it hasn't come, we can talk about that too. But you know what I'm saying? Permission.
I've given myself permission to put it on the schedule. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
I've also given myself permission to see when I need to pause. I think that sometimes we may or may not know when it's time. And so we just have to be intentional about shifting our lens. When do I need to pause? How can I set my team up for success in the pause? How can I communicate that to my team that I actually need to pause so that they can support me? Right. I was allowing my calendar, my schedule to get ahead of me. And what I am learning to do, and this is a mindset shift, to when I sit down, I need to schedule my day off first.
Yes.
What would you do if you scheduled your day off first? And this is like new, like early in 2025. or I'm sorry, late in
Late
2025.
Okay.
I would say within the last 90 days.
Okay.
I have a real estate coach.
Mm-hmm.
And this is not a new concept. It wasn't a concept that I trusted. Because what if somebody,
entrepreneur?
what happens if somebody calls me and I miss it and they go to somebody else? What happens if something was really, really needed and the deadline was such and such day and yada, yada, yada. Now I missed it. And so now my family's impacted. And now, they're not going to give me a good review because I didn't call them on Thursday.
Yes. Yes.
And so I have learned to schedule my day off first, and I am working on sticking to that.
Wow.
I haven't mastered it.
Right. Because like you said, it's a mindset
It's a mindset
shift. And there's so many things wrapped up in that mindset, which is why I don't call my coaching program just a pause.
Right.
No, it's a dynamic pause. It's there's so much behind it. There's so much intention that we have to build into it.
Yes.
And there's things that happen within us, especially when we're first getting our feet wet in that mode.
Yes.
That we have to look it in the face and navigate and just like, but the cool thing is what you said about you've given yourself permission to schedule it, to see it. Because that is a win. That is a win. That piece is one of the factors that I use as a successful transition through my first pillar of pause to breathe is that you saw it.
Yes. Yes.
Because we don't.
We don't. And I would just look at my calendar and say, I have this. Yep. I'm available this day. Are you really? You just did 6 events.
Right. Exactly.
In 3 weeks. No, you are not. You don't even understand. You're on Burnt Boulevard right now.
For real. Like all grace and grace upon grace.
Yes.
Is what's been going on that you've been able to even function.
Yes.
Right.
Yeah. So I bought this refrigerator that has this screen, okay? Because I needed to see the whole inside of my refrigerator. I know that sounds weird, but I just needed to see things different.
Okay.
And then on the screen, I actually just last week put all of our calendars on there. I posted it. Girl, I had to take a nap. After I looked, I was like, oh my gosh. We pick up kids because remember 2021 who's in Colorado or Springfield.
Yeah.
We've got a 15-year-old who's in private school in Auburn. I have a 3-year-old who's in daycare in Renton.
Wow.
So between me and my husband, it is 2 round trips a day in 2 different places. Right. And so
and fit in business and whatever else in that.
JoJo's in sports. So that's 6:30.
Yeah.
So Monday through Thursday, I walk in the door at 7:30 at night. My husband takes the kids in the morning, 7:00. So I'm saying,
y'all got stuff.
What? So I looked at the calendar, and then she's got her basketball schedule, and then Jonathan has this Christmas thing, and then praise and worship, and then sketch. I was like, oh.
There's a
This
reason
is why I feel like I am on Lose Itville.
This is why.
This is why.
Yeah.
When I saw it, and then I saw my husband's schedule because he's a contractor. We work together.
Yeah.
I said, oh, I have to schedule a day off first.
Yeah. Yeah.
Or else this will take me down somewhere. And then what happens is that you unintentionally lose the integrity of your business with your family because you've first fallen out of integrity with yourself.
And I think we don't get taught that. I don't think that it's something that just is an automatic.
No.
And so also we build our identity around some of that producing and what we get done and what. And your mom was a queen bee, but how do you stand next to her and not feel like you're not doing enough?
And I just got a little sciatic problem. This lady had full-blown stage 4 cancer, and she was like, bind me up. We're rolling out. And I was like, okay, Lord, how do I step into this Bridget strength? Because she did some supernatural backflip stuff that is wild.
But then again, like her life path was different.
Yes, her calling was different.
Where she poured out was different. And then also hindsight is everything. Like now that she can see all things clearly, she might be coming down and be like,
Yeah.
don't do that. I know you saw me do this, but don't do that.
Don't do that.
This is how I want you to do that.
Yeah.
I need you to see yourself. And because she got taught the same things that we did by our system.
Yes.
It's not just about our parents. And
Correct.
the parent thing is real, a family and all of that. But it is a system that churns out humans from a very young age to learn how to work. Like that's what you're here to work. And so that comes regardless if we have someone in our lives kind of like beating it in. And then if you have other personality traits that come naturally or birth orders and
So that's this whole thing.
right.
That's the thing.
That's what I'm saying. So it's like, even with those things, there's so many elements of reasons why we do approach life that way.
Yeah.
But there's also statistics that tell us that women in general have more autoimmune diseases for what we carry and how we carry things. We're getting it done but the inside of our bodies is going.
Yes.
And then you get into Black women and it's even more statistics that go with that. And so, yes, we're going to celebrate right now with you that you are pausing to make time to see. To see. And then the next steps is, what am I going to do with it?
What am I going to do?
Right. And that literally is what I kind of talk through as far as like, we pause to breathe so we can get that clarity. Well, we pause to breathe so we can get that breath, because that breath literally does something for us metaphorically and physically. Like, what does it do? It's healing. But when we do, even if it's just for a short moment, like you've seen and proved in your own life, we get clarity on some things.
And your family is better for it. Because
Yes.
really in real life, we're doing all of these things so that we can live our life by design and how God has designed our lives to be.
Yeah.
And my first ministry is my family,
Yeah.
my husband, children. And so I've got to have clarity in order to be able to serve him, to serve the 21-year-old, the 15-year-old, and the 3-year-old, because he does not care what is happening. At 7:30, he's ready to turn up. How are you doing? Play with me. Let's watch Coco Melon. Let's do the thing. Right. He wants to do the thing. So we got to do the thing.
It's so true.
Whatever the thing is.
Whatever time he gets up and he sings, he literally sings. He's so great. So with all of that, now I know you're making room to see now, but have you gotten into the space? And if you have, what does it look like? What does breathing room look like for someone in your position?
Yeah, that's a very interesting question. So prior to me getting married, which was, we'll be married, it's been 4 years.
Oh,
November
wow.
17th was our 4th year anniversary. I discovered in my single parenthood, I was single parent for 15 years, that I needed at least once a weekend, 1 weekend a month, to go unpack, figure this out. And then COVID happened. That really messed me up. That jacked me up really bad. And then I said to myself, okay, I'm going to get back to that once a month thing.
Sure.
But then I got married. So so I haven't figured out that dance.
Okay.
Once a month by myself's not going to work. He might think something. So you need to be by yourself for 72 hours every 30 days. That don't even sound right. So you're gonna be at a hotel by yourself for 3 days. That's crazy. And so I'm figuring that out.
All will be better for it.
I'm trying to help you. And so I haven't figured out that cadence. Okay. What I will say is I'm starting to just pay more attention to my body.
Yes.
Right. And say, that. If it's probably really going to look like every other month. This is how I have it in my mind for 2026. It'll be once a month. But the first night, I just need the first night by myself.
Yes.
One night from Friday to Saturday. Yeah. Not y'all, husband.
Only him.
Only him. The kids, they're going to be all right. Yeah. The 72 hours. Yeah, they're really going to be fine for the whole weekend.
Okay. Yes.
They're going to be okay.
They're going to be okay.
But me and him we need to reconnect.
That's very good.
And because we really wear so many hats, we need once a month.
Yeah, because you guys are just passing each other.
But I need a day. I need Friday to Saturday. I actually need to sleep.
Right.
To sleep. here's what I know is not going to work. I can't have him Friday through Sunday because I'm going to say, I need you to not touch me for 24 hours.
And then you feel some sort of way.
Well, no,
he
I
does.
don't feel some
He
sort
does.
of way.
That's what I mean.
He's going to, so let me get this straight. So we have no kids, no Tonka trucks, nobody coming in the room in the middle of the night, and you want me to keep my hands off you for 24 hours?
Yeah, that's not happening.
And I have the big rotunda right here in my face.
Well,
that's not going to work.
Well, not only keep your hands off, but then also don't feel funny about it. Don't.
So now he has to, he has to abstain. For what?
In front of me, with
in
no
front
kids
of me,
around,
with no kids. No, so that doesn't work. So I just need one night so that I can have all of that Friday to look myself in the mirror and say,
This is so
where are you? I need Saturday to wake up because now I'm rested.
Sure.
I can write. Yeah. What does that look like?
Yeah.
And then me and him can
Date
go
night.
out to dinner, date night, and we got all Saturday night to all Sunday. I think that's gonna work moving forward.
I love that. It feels good.
It feels good.
It feels good. And it feels like you still, it's doable.
It's doable.
Especially with both of you.
Yes, it's doable.
And it's feeding a couple of different things. Of course, it's feeding that leader in you that needs the pause and all of that.
Yeah.
But it also feeds that other part of your life that you are so wanting to, like, you married him for a reason.
That man's a good man.
You know what I'm saying?
That is a good man.
So
yes.
So it gives you an opportunity to do that. And then you guys kind of do this thing together. He's leading in his life as well. So that is going to feed into that thing positively. Both of you guys go back to the kids better, folks.
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
Everybody wins.
We're ready for the Tonka trucks and all the other things.
Everybody wins.
Absolutely. I think that's going to work. I think that's really the play.
I
think that's the play.
Hear that it worked, and I hope you get on yourself about it and build yourself in some accountability.
Yes.
On when was the dates and
when is it
leaving?
Yes.
In the place.
And who's the tribe that can do it?
Yeah. Right.
The weekend.
Yes.
Absolutely.
Yep. Exactly. Okay. So that is awesome. I love how you naturally, for my viewers and listeners, are just navigating in that pause to breathe space already because you've already given yourself that permission. And that is something I want to say for you guys that, yeah, we're doing that when it comes to her life and how busy she is and all of the other stuff.
Yeah.
But this is a method and a methodology that can also be done within your company. Like if you're leading and your company's like, y'all could be smashing it and doing great. But guess what? When's the last time you paused, breathed, got some clarity around that purpose of what are we doing here? Yeah, I'm doing a lot of great things, but is this what Dee Dee Scott is known for?
Yes, right. And with our small team, I am shout out to Marissa Green, who is killing the game right now. She has stepped in and has just taken the 20 years of knowledge that I am doing my best to pour into her.
Yes.
She's taken the things that she's learning, she is applying it, and she is seeing the results. So shout out, girl, you're doing it. But I'm always asking her, did you schedule your day off?
Yeah, good for you.
I wish someone would have taught me that.
Yes.
At the inception of my entrepreneurship.
Yes.
That the hustle isn't the goal.
Right.
It just isn't.
It literally will wreck our bodies.
Yeah.
And our minds are pretty sharp, which is why we can do what we do, but it'll wreck that too.
Yes.
And then I can remember a couple times and just talking to one of my friends and being like, why can't I think? What is going on? This is stupid.
I can't think. I can't talk.
Putting too much in.
Yeah.
It's way too much. And it's not that you can't do all these things, but it's like you gotta be in charge of the pace.
Yes. You really are in charge of the pace. You are in charge of it.
Remind yourself.
You're in charge of the pace.
That's what it is. And it kind of gets a little scary sometimes in this entrepreneur streets because that check ain't, it's not an automatic. Like, what are you pouring in that you're going to see something come out from? And of course it's done by you. And of course you're directing when you've got your team. It's still envisioned by you.
Yes.
All of those things. But if it's not you, the thing.
Yes.
I mean.
And yes, there are seasons where you do have to burn the midnight oil.
Yes.
There are going to be seasons that happens. But when that becomes the constant, then we're misaligned.
Yeah.
We are moving away from being out of integrity with what we want.
Right.
What is it that you want?
You have to know that.
You have to know that.
Mhm.
And you're not going to get clarity unless you steal away.
Yeah.
You have to Sabbath.
You do.
You
Have
to
to.
Sabbath.
It's not even yeah. I mean, we just miss that so much.
We miss it.
We miss the depth of it and how much it is for us. It's not us for it. It's for us.
Yes. And I think one of the languages, even in business, is that I learned everything that you do is an appointment.
Mhm.
Everything. Picking up your children is an appointment. Carving out time to spend with your
That's
children
good.
is an appointment.
Yeah.
Your hair appointment, your nail
Yeah.
appointment, your
Yeah.
date. We as entrepreneurs, it is okay for when people are booking appointments with us or
Mhm.
scheduling, it's okay to not have to give all your business out.
Right.
Oh, I'm sorry, I have an appointment.
Okay, but we're clapping on that.
I-
Did you hear that? It is. It
Look-
is. I have an appointment.
Hold on one second. Let me look at my calendar. Oh, I have an appointment from,
Mhm.
but
Mhm.
my appointment will be over. Or you know what? I have an appointment. I'm booked all day on Thursday.
Right. Right.
At the spa. But I don't need to tell y'all at the spa.
No. And
I'm
the thing
booked.
is, it's like you don't have to have a proving. And I think when we share
Yes,
so much
yes.
with everyone, there's so much proving that we do. And then we automatically give our calendar or our choices to whomever it is that's
To
trying
judge.
to engage our time.
To judge.
And then they're going to judge it because we're not going to give that time to them and then try to, you know what I mean?
How many
And-
times when you miss a phone call
Oh, 100%.
and you're like, oh, I'm so sorry I missed your call. I was this and I was doing
Yes,
that and I was doing the third
yes.
and da-da-da-da-da. Okay, so I'm sorry,
Only a couple of years ago.
but I'm here.
Only a couple of years ago did I start challenging myself in that and literally said, "Why are you explaining that?
Why are you explaining that?
No one else is sitting around here trying to explain every second of their day." I mean, other people do it. I'm just
Yes.
saying, like, no one's making me do this. Why am I feeling like I have to explain and validate every second that I'm alive and breathing for the people who are trying to get in contact? I'm like,
And part of that is if you slow down long enough to say, what do I expect of myself? What do I want to communicate? What expectations do I want to communicate
yeah,
to the people around me?
Yes.
That can be in a voicemail.
yes,
Hi, my name is Dee Scott.
yes.
Thank you for calling. Unfortunately, I'm not able to come to the phone
Yeah.
right now. I am with a client, but as soon as I am finished, I will give you a call.
Yeah.
If it's after 7 p.m., I will call you on the
back
next business day.
100%. Easy. Boom.
It is that.
Boom and boom. And I think that people that we love or that we care about or people that are more in our circle of like networking, not just for business sake, but just our friends and our family members and all of that. If they think because you're entrepreneuring that all your time is free.
And I'm 24/7 and I'm not. Like, I'm not.
This is like, but you work for yourself, so why didn't you answer the phone?
Because I'm playing with Tonka trucks. That's what I'm doing right now. Or I'm staring at a wall with no noise.
Right.
And that is well with my soul right now. So
Yes, or I'm fixing plumbing.
Yes.
Like I was last night.
Yeah.
You know, there's just things that you don't think about. And it's not that you don't want to engage in those spaces,
Yeah.
but we're the ones that have to decide. And no one knows more than we know what our mind needs, what our body needs, what
Yeah.
our heart needs. And we can't see it if we don't give ourselves
Correct.
those moments to pause. It's just not happening.
And the more that you have clarity, the more that you're able to articulate your clarity, your
Yeah.
expectations, and your boundaries
Yes.
to others. And I think clarity is a gift.
Yeah.
Clarity is
is.
kind and clarity is power. So
Yes.
when they get the voicemail, oh, okay, she's going to call me tomorrow between 9 and 11 because that is what I have relayed to you.
Yes.
Now it is my job
Mm.
now to have integrity and steward that.
Yes.
So now I need to time block between the times that I told you
Yes.
that I'm going to call you back.
100%. 100%.
And that can sometimes be a challenge.
Yes. And because you don't know like what's coming, what's going. I talk often about energy management because some of the things that we've done or that's on our list may take more energy from
Yes.
us than
Yes.
others. So
Oh.
we do have to think about those things as well. And that second phase of my approach is that pause to negotiate. So we have to negotiate with ourselves about the clarity
Yes.
that comes up and make some decisions about it. It may be decisions to graft it in
Yes.
and bring it on board.
Yes.
It may be decision like, you know what, that's a great thing, but I'm not doing that right now.
So it has taken me a long time to see my calendar
Okay.
and see my schedule. I was recently diagnosed with ADHD.
Okay. So did it make sense to you when?
Well, yeah, I was self-diagnosed before this. Okay.
Okay.
Like I was like, first of all, I believe that I'm halfway genius.
Right.
Okay?
Right. She is.
Tell people that I said it. They call it spicy brain. My coach
Okay.
calls it spicy brain.
Okay.
And most visionaries, most people that are successful in the entrepreneurship, they see things from an aerial perspective that most can't see. The challenge is I wish that what I could see, that I could actually see it in real time.
Right.
Because I see it as done. The vision is done for me.
Gotcha.
The minute that I have clarity and see it,
Wow.
you can't convince me that it's not so.
That's so
because
awesome.
it is as real as this tree right here.
Which is
it is as
game
green
changer.
as this tree.
That's why you're 20 years in.
Right.
I'm sorry, because that's a game changer.
Right.
And it is not an automatic.
It's not, but I see it. So then when I bring this back to my assistant, I was like, okay, so this can be tomorrow? She was like, what? You sound
crazy.
there
That's
are
what it is.
150 steps, 30 people actually have to call them, get them aligned. Okay, so
I know
not
that
tomorrow.
world. I know
Not
that
tomorrow,
world.
but how about Friday? Right? So
Still, yes,
and
and
they're like,
yeah.
no.
No.
Okay, so give me the realistic
What's the real
timeline.
deal? Yeah.
Because I see it, therefore it is so. It is so. It's happening whether you get on the board or
Yeah.
not. It's happening because
Sure.
I saw it.
Mm.
And so I took a personality assessment test.
So-
So it's a DISC assessment.
Okay.
Have you ever heard?
Yeah.
Okay, DISC.
Okay.
High drive, right? Inspiration, steady, consistent, or whatever.
Yeah.
I'm 100% D.
D. Yeah. You didn't have to tell me. I
Percent. Inspiration is 68. So
Sure.
I'm right. S is like the steady and consistent. 12%.
Okay.
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 Because I'm a
'Cause you
creature
gotta-
of change. And C, I think, I don't know which one. Which one of them is consistent and which one of them, and the other one is organization. My personality, the organizational skills that God has given me is 6% of who I am. 6. I'm not even in double digits, girl.
So
It made so much sense. I was like,
So even when your assistant tries to break it down for you, what the components, you're still just shaking your head, smiling at her.
so Friday,
And she
you said not Wednesday. How about Friday? It was my last assistant that she actually stopped me and she said, let me show you what it actually takes to do what you're asking me.
Right.
So she took 30 minutes. She was like, I have to do this. I have to do this. I have to do this. All I see is green.
Right.
And completed. And I said, okay, that was a game changer for me. But the other thing that she asked me was, I stopped trying to give her tasks. And she stopped one day. She said, what do you see?
Right. Right.
What is it that you see? So I can.
She's trying to get inside your head because
Yes.
as an assistant, she needs to get in to see how you see things so she can know how to communicate.
Correct.
Yeah.
And put it into time.
Yeah.
So I quickly realized the type of assistant that I needed. I needed somebody that I could articulate my vision to, and they actually put it into time. And now you just need to tell me what I need to do, who I'm supposed to call, where I'm supposed to be, because I've casted the vision. I am a visionary.
Yes. Which is why it's very important for you for that hire. I mean, we're going down a little road here, but that's why it's important for that hire because that person, one, has to be intuitive. Secondly, has to be someone you trust.
Yeah.
Because what happens with high Ds is when you see it, that there's something physically happening in your body that's pushing you to like, why isn't it done yet?
Yep.
Not because you are, have some against someone or whatever, but you really are feeling
I'm feeling
that in your bones and stuff. And so you have to have someone that you trust that the answers that they're giving you are the legit answers. Because also high Ds don't understand why everybody else can't just, what's the problem?
What is the problem?
Because when you get frustrated and you're waiting, what happens is you'll go pick something up and you'll start doing it, and then you try to get, and it's going to happen, period.
And it's going to happen.
Difference is what D's don't often see is the grace and permission that's given to themselves when they go touch it.
Sure.
Compared to when they've asked somebody else to do it.
Sure.
When you ask somebody else to do it, even if you don't know all the steps, you still have an expectation of those steps to happen.
Correct.
When you do it yourself, you are constantly shifting to you're in, let me make this happen. So you're shifting from this, okay, but I can just do that. Well, that person doesn't have that ability because they can't shift like that without your permission.
Correct.
See what I'm saying?
Yes.
So then it really gives you a false sense of, I knew it could be done within 3 days. What's the problem?
What is the problem? Right. And now your ADHD has fixated on the one thing.
Yes.
And they have the other 30 tasks.
You're like, yes. So hopefully it's someone that you trust, but then also someone that has that voice and will use it with you.
Yeah.
Be like, hey, listen, I see you. I feel that this is what you want happening.
Yes.
But we also have XYZ, da 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 da. Which ones are the priority today? And you're going to say all of them.
All of them.
You're going to say all of them, and we're prepared for that, right?
Right.
But the truth of the matter, well, all of them aren't happening. So which ones
is important
do you
to
want?
you?
What's rising to the top,
Yeah.
period. And yes, so
good.
all of that.
So good.
All of that.
So good. So good. Yes. Yes.
So yeah, sidebar, but maybe you guys can use that information if you're a leader that works like we work, that has that brain like that things are always happening, and you can, even if people don't have the vision to see it immediately, they know what's possible.
Yes.
And they're not afraid of what's not possible.
Right.
Put it that way.
Right.
Because that's enough, right? That's enough to not be afraid of what you think is not possible. You can believe something's not possible instantly because you got crubby thinking, like
Yes.
I will get in my head sometimes.
Yes.
But you're also not a quitter, so you're going to figure it out, and you're going to go figure it out, and what's the puzzle pieces, and so you're building people around you to do the same.
Yes.
Like people who you know will go get after it and figure it out.
Yes.
And then come back and report to you like, listen, we can't do Friday, but we probably can do the following Friday.
Right.
If we do this, 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 and this. That's
Yes.
all we need.
Yes.
Like people thinking.
And I have had probably 5 assistants. So I had one of my assistants, she said, I have noticed, I've stopped judging you about what you see. She said, because there's not one time that something that you see has not come to pass. She says, so I've just learned to ask better questions.
Wow.
And one of my other assistants, she said, I believe it because you see it. And I was like, wow.
Well,
My job, I have to interpret it. It is
Yes.
my job to do better at interpreting what I see.
wow.
And that is a skill set that I'm learning still.
Yes. And here's the thing, as you're thinking about what you're doing for your personal life and how you're now seeing and scheduling in these moments where you need to pause.
Yeah.
That's how you, like, as you get better and better at that, it's the same thing
Same
with
thing.
your business. It's
Yes.
like you can bring that in and just be like, hey, y'all, let's hit the pause button for a second.
Yeah.
Let's talk about a few things. Like
Yes.
where are we at with this? How we feel about that? What's going on? What are our goals? Like, yes, this is important to me, but is it that important to me right now? This is more important to me right now. Or, hey, I know I only do once a month usually, but I'm in a season right now where I need to do, hey, I'm going to take a week because that's what needs to happen
That's
right
what
now.
needs to happen.
And then have that pause enough to just shift.
Yes.
We just going to shift.
We're gonna shift.
That's what we're going to do. Okay. So all of those things, and you handle a lot. You've got the foundation and all of that. And we talked a lot about clarity. And I just wanted to touch on just a little bit. Is there anything specific that's happened, or what specific has happened maybe in a moment where you had to negotiate letting something go?
I have had to let other people's expectations of how I'm supposed to show up in this season go. 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 I was on my way here, and, when you have friction in relationships, whether it's with family or friends or even clients, coworkers, your team, instead of rehearsing what you think might happen or what you want to say, what if you just exchanged that with prayer?
Yeah. Yeah.
And I am working through shedding the expectations that people have on me.
Yeah.
it's okay to pause and say, hey, I'm not ready for that conversation right now.
Yes. Oh my gosh. That one right down. Yes.
I'm actually not
It's
prepared
not ready.
to have that conversation
Yeah.
right now.
Yeah.
And let's get on the calendar to revisit that.
Yeah.
And you know what? Even when I revisit it, I may not have the bandwidth at that time because the currency is not time right now, it's energy.
Energy.
And maybe the 1 hour conversation that we need to set aside, that's actually going to either cost me 72 hours before or 72 hours after. That 1 hour, whoo, child, that was a lot.
Wipe you out.
So as I am learning to time block and do these schedules, I stopped first thinking about the time. When people are like, oh, it's only an hour. No, what is the currency? How much energy does it cost me?
Yes.
And I have to work my way back from there. That's like a new thing.
That's so good.
I don't look at time
so
first. I look at energy.
Yes.
Yeah.
I love that. And that's real key right now, too. I think it's good all the time, but I feel like it rises to the top in importance in seasons of instability, uncertainty, when we don't know what's happening and why and all of the things. And a lot of that is happening in our world right
now.
So yes, choose wisely. That's
Choose
beautiful.
wisely.
That's some good advice, you guys. I hope you heard that. Now, before we close, if you could give our listeners one practice or one permission slip about that power of the pause, what would it be?
That you need to trust it and that everything that is supposed to be for you is going to be for you.
That's so good.
You cannot out hustle God.
Well,
first of all, you cannot outwork him.
what are you doing?
You cannot
Like,
outwork
where's
him.
that space where you're gonna really feel like, oh, yep, that was enough. I did it. I did it.
You were put on this earth to do something.
Yeah.
And it wasn't work 7 days a week, 365
No.
hours a day.
No.
So you need to trust the pause.
Yeah.
You are not going to be able to serve everyone. So as you are pausing, yes, you may lose some people along the way, but you're never going to lose what God has for you.
Exactly.
And for those that don't understand that you need to pause, they're not your people anyway.
They're not. And even genuine relationships that you have in your life, and I always talk about people being at different levels of engagement and friendships or whatever you want to call them, but we're all on our individual journey. I can't be responsible for your maturity level,
No.
emotional maturity, emotional intelligence, all of the things. And I have to give myself room to have when I'm not doing well.
I'm not
like,
how you doing? Down bad. I need a day.
We have to give ourselves space for when we're not doing well. We cannot have ourselves in systems and in places that require us to be 100% all the time or 200% all the time and always saying the exact right thing and always even willing to engage. Your closest relationships should be okay with your lack of engagement.
And send me a spaghetti bowl. You know that I'm picking up and dropping off kids.
For real.
Hey, I sent you an Uber Eats. Okay, bless you real good.
And as much as we all talk about wanting to get together and stuff, we all know it's hard. It is so hard. But hopefully building the relationships enough to be able to say that.
Yeah.
And of course, still wanting to be there for one another. I think we have this thing where we can break through the wall.
Yeah.
Like we can know the wall exists, but we can break through that wall. We can say, girl, I know that this is what's going on right now, but just put this on your prayer thing or put this, hey, can we just meet up? Can we just sing?
Yeah.
Can we just worship? Like, can you just
pray for me?
Got it. Yes. And we do.
Yeah, we
or
do.
just the laugh thing or whatever it needs. Like when you'll send us little videos of little man singing at 2 a.m.
Yes.
Or whatever.
2 a.m. Okay. Yeah. Ask me. Need a weekend. 1 weekend a month.
Gosh, it's so great.
Can I tell you that this was the first year that I've really trusted the pause. We intentionally slowed down our business to really work on our systems, our processes, our expectation, our service to our clients.
Yes.
Do you know that net profit, we have made more money this year with the pause, with the slowing down than I have ever done trying to hustle.
And the thing is with slowing down too, it gives you a greater ability to be a historian of your own life. We can't sit down and like we talked about earlier this week about writing down all the ways and all the things. You can't even do that for your business if you're doing 500 miles an hour.
No.
You cannot. And so to honor the work that you're putting in, go at a pace that you can actually record it
Yeah.
and actually sit and remember it. That's so good. I'm glad you shared that. You guys, Dee Dee Scott in the house. This has been a beautiful conversation. Thank you so much for squeezing me in, pausing
Well,
to
you
get
already
over
know I'm coming.
here.
I'm coming.
And I really do appreciate that. And I hope you guys have enjoyed this conversation. Now, I want you to know that you can find Dee Dee on all the socials. If you're needing to sell your home, buy a home, you just have questions, her team is ready for you. So we'll drop that information in the show notes on how you can reach her. But yeah, this has been awesome.
I've enjoyed it.
We love you guys, and we'll see you next time on The Dynamic Pause with Coach Angie. Bye, guys.
Bye.
Hi, everyone. Coach Angie Jones here. And if you've been following Ataruka, you know we're all about the dynamic pause. But let's be real, leadership can be lonely. Whether you're a productivity perfectionist who can't seem to turn off, or you're a frustrated leader carrying the weight and force of what's happening in the job market today. That's why I'm excited to open the Break Room. The Break Room is our online community where we move beyond the grind. Every week, I'll be going live to facilitate deep dive chats on topics like reclaiming your time, leading with hope, or building a legacy that actually lasts. It's not another to-do list item. It's a sanctuary for leaders who are ready to lead with clarity and conviction. Click the link below to join us. I'll see you in the break room.
Take a pause in the moment. Breathe deep, let the soul lift. The podcast is to grow with. The clarity is potent. Take a pause in the moment. Breathe deep, let the soul lift. The podcast is to grow with. The clarity is potent.